Have you ever heard anyone say that I'll sleep when I'm dead? Have you ever heard anyone say that sleep was overrated? Have you ever heard anyone say that sleep is for the weak? Have you ever heard now, have you ever heard anyone say successful people don't sleep 8 hours a day? Have you ever heard anyone say you snooze, you lose? Well, what about burning the midnight oil? So you realize that there are a lot of people today, or at least in the past, who have said, who believe all of these things, that when it comes to success in life, that sleep is overrated. That when it comes to success and growing a business, how important it is to not get sleep. Well, I'm going to tell you why sleep is actually the new superpower. And I'm going to back it up with a few things, because I got this billionaire mastermind group, right? My billionaire mastermind group. I'm going to tell you what they say about sleep. And before I tell you what they say about sleep, let me ask you, how much sleep did you get last night? Did you get 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours? And did you get 6 or 7 or 8? Well, uh, three people that are not in my billionaire mastermind group, I'm going to still tell you what they say about sleep. Jeff Bezos, what he says about sleep is he prioritizes it. He thinks better. He has more energy. His mood is better. Uh, he says, Ariana Huffington of Huffington Post, she says sleep is a performance enhancer. She says we all need sleep, not just to restore ourselves, but also to allow ourselves to connect with our creativity. And LeBron James, what does LeBron say about sleep? He says, I get a good 8 hours plus every night. I feel great if I can get 9. He says, I'll get 9. He says, if I can get 9, I'll get 9. I'm so focused on my sleep because I know that it's the best recovery that I can possibly get. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger says something else about sleep, though. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one who says that sleep, he says, he says, he's the one who will say successful people don't sleep 8 hours a day. So that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Successful people don't sleep 8 hours a day. So which side are you on? Like, are you the one who thinks that sleep is for the weak? Are you the one who says that sleep is the new superpower? Well, I'm going to share with you what my billionaire mastermind group says about sleep and how they feel about sleep. And so there's a few people in here, and and the number one person in here is Jesus Christ. Right? He's number one in my billionaire mastermind group. And he says rest is essential as it allows your body and mind to rejuvenate. Even he took time to rest and pray, understanding the importance of the balance of life. King David, what does King David say? King David says, in peaceful sleep, we find renewal and strength. As he wrote, in peace, he will lie down, I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. So sleep, myself, a well-rested mind is crucial for effective coaching and mentoring. Sleep ensures clarity, focus, and the energy needed to inspire others. So I'll just pause there for a second. I'm going to get into a few others. What Albert Einstein says, what Henry Ford says, what Ray Kroc says, what Elon Musk says, what Magic Johnson says, what Walt Disney says. But I want to just pause for a second, because the reason why I'm talking about sleep is because today the one thing that I was just praying for was just to get another 30 minutes of sleep today. Just another, if I could just take a 30-minute nap. And I ended up taking like an hour nap. Why? Well, this thing that I'm wearing right here is my Aura ring. Right. And the Aura ring, I use it because I've been using it for 4 years. And what it does is it monitors your sleep. It monitors your heart rate. It monitors your recovery rate, like LeBron was talking about. And it's not like it's for high performance athletes. Like you'll see a lot of Olympic athletes wearing this. However, you'll also see a lot of high earning business professionals wearing this as well. And because we are high performance athletes, right? We need to recover. We're making as multi-million dollar business owners, we're making decisions, split decisions all day long. That's going to affect either our lives or others' lives that we're helping. And these are decisions that could make or break, in some people's cases, like their lives, like their livelihoods. And in so some of the decisions we're making, it could be a decision that I'm making that's gonna, should I do this deal that's gonna make me 100,000, 500,000, $1 million, $3 million? Should I do this deal? Does this make sense? Should I advise for someone to do something that's going to make them $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, $500,000? Like I was just on, and we were mapping out a strategy with one of my students. And the strategy that we were mapping out, I'm not the type of person who likes to do things that are just for the purposes of making a few extra bucks. Like I don't care if it's just if it's a $500,000 thing, you can make 500,000 bucks, and then pretty much that's it. Like you got a nice, high price side hustle. Like I'm always looking at how does it tie in, and how is it scalable, and how is it long term? Like how does it tie in naturally to the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you're already doing, or the things that you desire to do? And if it ties in organically, if it ties in naturally, it's a great fit, and it's scalable, like to the tune of seven and eight figures, then it's something that I would consider, if it also fits into the other categories, right? Which is, first and foremost, peace of mind. Can you do it and have some peace of mind? Can you do it without you having to like strip everything from the good in your life away? Right. So can you do those things? And when I look at that, is it something that allows you to be able to accomplish and still live in the purpose that you believe God has you here for? So if it doesn't go against those things, if it still allows you to honor Him, and in the gifts that you have while you're serving people, being able to have your family as your first ministry, right? To be able to serve people at the highest level, and do it in a way that it's not mastering you. It doesn't have dominion over you, but you are able to master it, and it's now something that that serves at and allows you to serve at your highest level, right? So if it can do those things, then now, in my mind, it's worth spending a little extra time and energy thinking about. So we mapped out this thing the other day, and as we were mapping it out, it started off as something that on the front end was just $3,000, right? Every week. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but that ain't really gonna change anybody's life. But then remember, there's different levels, right? There's, okay, what happens next? And then the next thing, it was like another $18,000 a week, right? That was just a natural occurrence. And then the next thing was another was another 1.2 million, whatever it was, it equated to about $1.2 million a year, that other thing. And so I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then we went backwards in that $3,000 thing that the front end, which was $3,000 a week. When we added this other piece to that, it turned out to be roughly about it equated, well, the $3,000 a week, which was 3 times 4, it's $12,000 a month. It actually ended up being about $120,000 a month, right? So it went from 3,000 to about $30,000 a week, right? Once you added this one other thing, and we just kind of, as we were walking through it and mapping it out on the spreadsheet, if I hadn't had sleep, there's no way I would have seen it. Like, it was right under our nose. And so I showed him, he saw it, and then he started implementing some things, right? So now he's implementing, and we're going to see where it leads him, right? Because if he's implementing, then one of the things that will potentially happen is, I mean, it will change his life. But one of the other things that potentially happen is I'm gonna do a strategic collaboration with him. But I don't need the money, right? I want him to be successful, but the strategic collaboration I'm gonna do with him, if I see that he's seriously going to put the time in, then I'm gonna divert my resources to help him be successful in that thing. Right. But so I wouldn't have seen it, and I wouldn't have been able to guide if I didn't have clarity of mind. Right. And clarity of mind comes from taking care of our bodies, taking care of our minds, taking care of our rest, our sleep. Right. So sleep. What is what does Billy Graham say about sleep? He says sleep is a gift from God, providing us with the necessary rest to fulfill our divine purpose. It's a time to recharge our physical and our spiritual batteries. Listen, I did get my half hour. In fact, I got about an hour, and I am totally rejuvenated. I'm getting ready to get into a session with my students in about 30 minutes, and private session. And some of the things that we're going to be going over, like today, I was just dragging. And part of the reason why I was dragging, because my wife has been sick for the last 3 days, 2.5 days or so. And so I haven't been really sleeping very well because I've been taking care of her. And she came down with this bug she got from the grandkids, and it just wiped her out. I'm not used to her being like this. I rarely ever get sick. She probably comes down with something, being because she's around the kids all the time. And I am too, but I guess our immune systems are just a little different because I don't get out a whole lot. Right. I exercise, I eat right, I sleep, vegetarian, all of that stuff. And so meditate, read the word. Like, I do all of that stuff. I really take care of my body. And so my immune system is typically pretty high. Right. And so I rarely get sick. But man, taking care of her this week, like, I normally, the things that I don't normally have to do, like cook, like I've had to cook. Like I had like there's things that she does that I don't normally do, and I miss her so much. But it's my turn. It's my turn to step up and take care of her, right? And so, and I'm not really great at that, right? I'm great at like, I have a heart that I want to do. I just don't know what to do. Right. So I do my best, honey. What else can I do for you? What else can I do? So, and then I go overboard, and she's like, enough, you done enough. Right. But with that, like, it's like I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends at some points, because I still gotta, there's still things that I desire to do. I got to get done throughout the day in some instances, as I'm helping some people with some things, and we're in the process of building some stuff. So anyway, I was just dragging today, and I was like, man, like, I had a session earlier, and the students were like, Coach, so how are you doing? Because I asked everybody, how these guys doing? Everybody's like, I'm great, we're great. Coach, how are you doing? I'm like, you want me to tell you the honest truth? Yeah, man. I would love to take a nap right now. That's how I felt. And I did. I was able to, after the session, go down, made sure I fed her, got her some tea, some herbal tea, some soup, some tuna, and what else? Some water. And then we just chilled a little bit, and then like she said, just close. I said, I would love to just take a nap. She said, just close your eyes. So I took a nap, and a half hour turned into an hour. I feel like a whole new person. So I'm ready to go. Albert Einstein, what did he say? He says, I often attributed my creative thinking to proper rest. Sleep is essential for cognitive function and problem solving abilities. Henry Ford said, efficiency and productivity are tied to the quality of your sleep. A well-rested individual can achieve far more than one who is fatigued. Ray Kroc, to maintain the relentless pursuit of business success, adequate sleep is a non-negotiable. It sharpens your decision making and keeps your energy levels high. Elon Musk, despite the demands of innovation, I recognize the need for sleep to sustain long-term productivity and mental health. Magic Johnson, athletic performance and business leadership both require optimal health, which includes prioritizing sleep to maintain peak condition. Walt Disney, creativity flows from a well-rested mind. Dreams and ideas are born from the subconscious, which thrives on proper sleep. Isaac Newton, sleep is a fundamental component of scientific inquiry. It allows the mind to process and integrate complex ideas and discoveries. Andrew Carnegie, building an empire requires not just hard work, but also smart work, which is supported by the restorative power of sleep. So, those are some people that are in my billionaire mastermind, and this is what they say about sleep. Moses, leading a nation, demanded endurance and wisdom, both of which were bolstered by adequate rest and sleep. Abraham, faith and leadership are sustained by a well-rested body and mind. Sleep is a time for spiritual and physical renewal. Joseph, my foresight and administrative abilities were enhanced by proper rest. Dreams themselves are a testament to the power of sleep. So, just to give you just some idea, like it's so important. Don't ever let anyone make you believe that sleep is for the weak, right? The insights of my billionaire mastermind group, the insights collectively, they highlight that sleep is not just a physical necessity of the weak or for the weak, for those who don't want to who are lazy, right? Because we know that there is scripture, and I'll share the scripture. The scripture is what? The scripture is what Solomon says. He says, how long will you lie there, you sluggard, when you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and scarcity like an armed man. So be lazy. I ain't talking about being lazy. We're all do is sleep. But sleep, like when you wake up, do you wake up? Do you have the kind of vision that you can, like, you look forward to where you, to waking up, right? Waking up and popping up to get at it. Like, is that you? Well, if that's you, then we're in the same family, because I'm that person too. I'm that guy too. I look forward to getting at it, right? And getting and going hard at it, right? But in order to be able to do it and do it smartly, right? In order to be able to do it and have vision and clarity, the key is being able to have the restorative power that comes from sleep. And so I want to encourage you that it is not, don't worry about those people that say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'll encourage you, don't worry about those people that say sleep is for the weak. Don't worry about people that say successful people don't sleep 8 hours a day. Don't worry about that. While you're sleeping, someone else is working. You heard that, right? Yeah, it's true. It's so true. But when you think about the tortoise and the rabbit, right? The tortoise and the rabbit. When you think about that fable, the rabbit, the tortoise, actually is the one who works. So the rabbit is faster. The rabbit is so faster. It shows the fable is, and the analogy is that the tortoise may be slow, but they just keep moving, right? They keep going toward the goal. So as they're going toward it, when people are out there just burning themselves out, and then they stop short. Many people stop short of the goal because they burnt themselves out. You got to have, it's about longevity. Business is about longevity. I like to say business is a longevity sport, right? It's a young man sport, but it's an old man or old woman sport. Why? Because the longer you are in it, the wiser you get. The wiser you get, the better you get. The better you get, the more successful you become, right? And when it comes to business, business favors the wise. It favors longevity. Most businesses fail in the first 2 to 3 years. Why? Because one, they run out of funds first 2 or 3 years. But then the other 3 to 5 years, most businesses fail in that next 3 to 5, 6, 7 years. Why? Because they don't have the clarity of mind to create systems that move them out of the center of the business, where the business is now just dependent on them. And when you have a business like that, you burn out. You're like the rabbit. When you're always chasing money, chasing this, nobody's good enough, you're the only one who could do it. Like, instead of taking a step back, always seeing the big picture, creating systems, trusting people, and then allowing those systems to replace you, so that now you can manage and stop and not have to do. Now you have the ability to have to sustain longevity. So business is a longevity sport, and it favors the wise, not those who are just grinding all the time. It will favor you early, but it will reject you late. You want to be favored or you want to be rejected? Which one is it? If you want to be favored long term, then get your rest, right? Get your rest, restore, and let this thing up here, this supercomputer that God has blessed us with, this body, this super machine that God has blessed us with, take care of those two things, and guess what? They will take care of you. So with that said, hopefully this was helpful. If it was, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If it was also helpful, then share it. And if it was, here's really what you can do.